Let's do a show and tell today with the Tarot de Marseille deck. The Tarot de Marseille is one of the oldest surviving tarot styles, dating back to the 15th to the 17th century. The Marseille deck originated in northern Italy, but was popularized in southern France. It was standardized in the 1700s by the French card makers of the time. The Marseille became the foundation for many modern tarot decks, including the very popular Rider-Waite deck. Let's go ahead and jump into the deck. The box has seen better days. That's why she has her own little box now that she stays in, but I do keep it with it because I feel like they would be sad without it, and especially since it's from the 1960s, before even copyright, has no copyright on it, nothing like that. It's from 1960 and she is beautifully preserved. She smells like frankincense, like someone anointed her every day as they did readings, is my guess. I anoint and smoke, not oil, but I love the memory of the frankincense on here. It is so strong and you can tell someone really, really loved this deck. One thing that you'll notice that is much different of the Marseille deck compared to a Rider deck that a lot of people are more familiar with. I am not. I've actually never read a Rider deck before, so I am completely lost with it, besides for, of course, knowing the names of the cards and stuff. But as for pictures and stuff, the Marseille deck relies really heavily on numerology and symbolism within the deck. It doesn't have a lot of descriptive pictures in it like the Rider deck has. Let me get some examples up here for you. Like this. There's not just a whole bunch of imagery going on to really focus in on and get a quick reference to a card like the Rider deck. It is just very simple. It emphasizes a lot on intuition and numerology, like I said. Here is, I hope that's not blurry. Sometimes the cards go blurry on here. I haven't quite figured out my camera settings fully for doing a lot of these styles on here. I was lucky enough to find a deck that has English on it, even though I would just kind of figure it out if I didn't. But I found this deck on eBay many years ago, many years ago, and I used it lightly just for myself and stuff, and then I started really getting into it heavily a couple years ago. But I feel like she found me more than I found her. Like maybe possibly long ago in the 1500s or something, in a past life possibly, I had this deck, so it was really just a coming home. I don't know, but whoever had it took very good care of it. And you can see there's really a lot less detail on it, but I just love the simplicity. I think it really lets spirit come through you while you're speaking, and then it also challenges you to really learn about numerology and really bring that teaching into your life. In the Marseille, you don't tend to read reversals, and that is a really strange thing for a lot of people to hear because they're so used to the Rider deck with reversals, because that deck was designed to be read with reversals, but the Marseille deck was not designed to be read with reversals because there are cards within the deck that do not have any picture on it to show that it is a reverse, and at the time they were never designed, the tarot was never designed to be read in reverse, because it was actually meant to hold both dualities within the card without a reverse meaning the card held the energy of both light and dark within it. So within the pips, you can see that there is no distinction whether there is an up or a down, just like an original playing cards is what this deck is based off of. So it is very common to not have an up or a down. You would rely really heavily on numerology and elements, so fire element, air element, earth, and water. So you would have to really know the background of each of those and then combine that with the numerology and the history of the cards and go off of intuition instead of like picture style storytelling that some cards have. I had a really wonderful time sharing my deck with you. And if you'd like to go deeper, let me know in the comments and we can dive into some of the history. I don't know how many people out there really like history stuff, but it's pretty fun and interesting to learn about. And I'd love to go over it deeper with you guys if you want. I'll see you next time.